Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name's Chris and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another video. And in today's video, we're going to have a look at 𝗕𝗪𝗀𝗰. This is a project I first highlighted to our community back on, I think it was the 2nd or the 3rd of October. It was really early on. It was that, it has that familiar sort of cheeky crypto vibe in the respect that it was about 0.5% when we highlighted it. I don't know that like 0.5% just resonates really well with me. It seems like a really good entry point. It seems to be that most of these projects we highlight to you, all these hidden gems, they all seem to be around that sort of price when we first highlight them. You know, we saw that with 𝗕𝗪𝗀𝗧𝗏 at like, less than 0.5%, Harmony 1 less than 0.5%. 𝗕𝗪𝗀𝗧𝗏 Polygon, was around that. I think 𝗕𝗙𝗪𝗠 was about 0.08. Like we've highlighted so many projects for people to make a ton of cash. And we pride ourselves on calling out these projects for you to go do your research, not FOMO in, for you to go do your research on. This should be treated as educational purposes only. It is just my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor, but it's fantastic to see our Patreon members messaging me saying they've 6x their money, 8x, 10x, and so on. It's a great feeling when you're seeing people winning in this space. So don't forget, if you like this sort of content, mash that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. Do check out our Discord. It's free to join. Link is in the description of the video. It's a fantastic place to keep up to date with everything crypto. Or you can chat with like-minded individuals about the projects you love and keep up to date with cheeky crypto as well. And we have our Patreon service. This is where you can become a member. You can hear about these sorts of gems before everybody else. We have 2 weekly AMAs with our all access members, where you can ask us anything. They're a bit like Teams meetings. It'd be fantastic to have you there. We have alerts for listings. So again, you will be one of the first people to know about a project, like all the projects that list on the top 40 exchanges. We alert you to those. So, it's fantastic opportunities all round. And it's for like £10 plus VAT a month. It's an absolute steal for the amount of information that we do there. So do check it out. Love to have you as a member. But let's get down to the juicy stuff, right? Let's have a look at 𝗕𝗪𝗀𝗰. I'll give you my thoughts and opinions on, what my expectations are in the short, medium and long term. I really like and rate this project. You've definitely got to go do your research. Don't just FOMO in. But let's get down to the desktop. Okay, so currently at like just over 9 cents, which is just phenomenal, bearing in mind we highlighted it at 0.5%, up 237.8%. Now, one thing that I like to always do on this channel is just highlight, if you invested $1,000 in this project when I first highlighted it, you would have, what is it? You would have $16,931 right now. So, fantastic, growth in such a short period of time. And this is mainly down to the hard work of the team with mainnet. Obviously, we've seen that have an increase on the price discovery, which is fantastic. But the listing on Coinbase. Now, one of the first things that I highlighted was the fact that it's really difficult to get the token, and sometimes that's a positive thing in the respect the price is lower because it's not mainstream enough just yet, and obviously we had the problem with the fees back then. So for me it was quite expensive to go buy the token just in the gas fees and stuff like that, and that sometimes puts people off. So getting an exchange listing, for me was key sort of in the growth of the project. But to see a Coinbase Pro listings, just it's another level. And this project is just, it's a monster in the making, in my opinion. So basically, it all goes live if liquidity conditions are met today, the 13th. I'm not going to go through the article, but it's fantastic. And obviously, 𝗕𝗪𝗀𝗰𝗰 has made sort of the front page for Coinbase just because of this huge monstrous percentage growth. It's more than 15x in a matter of like 3 or 4 months. So It's fantastic growth. Now, the mainnet has recently gone live, which is fantastic. Again, we saw price discovery off the back of that. For me, it's got great utility. It's a great use case. The team is beyond solid. And the community is growing day by day. So for me, it's got all the hallmarks of a fantastic project that I look for. Lots of decent backing and partners. It's a monster of a project. I really do encourage you to read up on this one. Nick and myself will continue to do videos on this particular project, and you have to also keep an eye on advice.io, because they do highlight some of these wonderful projects that you wouldn't normally hear about. And ultimately that's where we stumbled across Polyswarm. It looks like it was doing a reversal on the artificial intelligence and machine learning. And I started reading up on this project, and to be honest, it was like, wow, this is just a really solid project that is majorly undervalued. Now, the question that a lot of people are going to be asking is, yes, Chris, that was back then. I'd perhaps missed that video. I'm not a member, whatever. What's next, right? And I certainly would be waiting for the market to cool down a little bit. The question is, like, how undervalued is Polyswarm? For me, it's very undervalued. I think even at 9 cents it's undervalued. But I really like to see the market sort of cool down personally. The market cap is ultra small still. I expect this to grow over time. The max supply, again, isn't huge. This has all the hallmarks of a fantastic project. It's great to see it now ranked 348, really climbed up nicely. I mean, look at that for a chart. I mean, it's just immense. Now, in the short term, I'd like to see the price sort of cool down, settle down a little bit, see what sort of level it levels out at, and then sort of make a judgment at that point. But ultimately, this is what I would suggest. I would suggest people go start to research this project to see if it's one that they want to invest in, right? Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. You should definitely go do your own research, and definitely not just FOMO in. But ultimately, this is the time that I'd be doing my research. I'd wait for the market to cool down, find out where the price sort of settles. Once it's sort of settled down, Nick and myself will be looking at the technical analysis and the artificial intelligence to see what that's saying about Polyswarm. Overall, I still think even at 9 cents, it's majorly undervalued as a project. But I want to see it cool down a little bit after this huge, monstrous news. For me, like I say, really do like this project. I said it back when I first highlighted it in October. But yeah, it's outdone my expectations in such a short period of time. So yeah, fantastic project, fantastic one to be keeping an eye on. But I certainly wouldn't be FOMOing in. I would be using this time to research the project, the team, the roadmap, and all that wonderful stuff. Now, Nick and myself will continue to cover this project because we really do rate it. We'll make sure we get some technical analysis done once it's been on Coinbase for a while, and we'll be keeping an eye on the roadmap, and hopefully we'll get the team back on for an interview later on down the roadmap once we've seen some of the tasks sort of taken out on the roadmap, right? But yeah, really solid project. Do check out the interview that we did with the team recently. I did link it on Twitter, but it's also in our Discord, and you can search it on the YouTube channel. But yeah, do let me know what you think about this project. Really interested to get your views and opinions. Don't forget to mash that like button if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I'll catch you in the next one.